Sam, did you want to just share your question that you have heard a lot of?
Well, yeah, just that I've had 3 calls today with people in the Southwest and Yorkshire who have all asked the same question, which is, do I have to be a deputy head? Or if 40 deputy heads apply and I'm an assistant head, do they get it ahead of me? And the answer is no, because we don't think there's a sort of ideal candidate for the program. We think there's maybe an ideal assemblage of people within a group, and within that group having a diversity of experiences from across the region in different size schools with a different kind of lived experience, with different leadership experience at different stages in their career. That's all really enriching for all of us. So that's just to say, like, if you are an assistant head in a small rural primary school, like, good, you've got some real rich experience in that context, and the group will benefit from that. So yeah, that's just a question we get asked all the time, and it's a difficult one to answer in a pithy fashion as I'm demonstrating here, but diversity is good.
Can I just add to that, Sam, briefly? From a primary background, I feel acutely aware of the fact that it feels like lots of systems at the moment are quite biased against primary, especially small primaries. If you look at the statistics of primary schools who have been rated outstanding, more or less a perfect correlation with how big the schools are. And lots of primary colleagues who have joined the first few cohorts of SW100, I think, and Chris, like, please do correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that there's a sense of that amongst primary colleagues, like, I'm not quite as ready as some of the secondary colleagues in the big secondary schools with kind of 2,000 students, and they've been responsible for large numbers of students. And my position has been as a kind of a subject leader in a relatively small primary. And so just to emphasize that what Sam's saying, part of what we're trying to do here is actively kind of combat some of that bias, because our experience has been, and you've heard it tonight from Krisha, that amongst the very most impressive individuals who we've been lucky enough to work with, they've come from primaries, from small primaries, and haven't necessarily had some of those big sort of titles that some of the secondary colleagues have.
Yeah, I just really quickly want to add to this question, just by saying that one of my peers on the course this year that has challenged my thinking the most is someone who is in the classroom the majority of the time and didn't have an official title, and her ability to be so grounded in understanding how to sequence a curriculum just reminded me of actually what it's all about, because we have these big things that we talk about, but it's really easy to get lost in that big picture as well. And so I actually think our course has benefited from not being a room full of deputy heads.